Welcome all of you in this lecture session. Today we will discuss the gaseous dielectric insulating materials. Before going to the details of the gaseous dielectric insulating materials, first we will discuss some common things related to dielectric materials. Different types of dielectrics exist with diversified physical, chemical, mechanical and electrical properties. Depending on the various applications, dielectric materials have to comply with most diverse requirements. Apart from insulating properties, there are other properties of interest are mechanical, thermal, physical and chemical properties. These properties are required to set the right manufacturing process for cost optimization and maximum durability while in use. Thus, many factors comes into play when it is necessary to choose suitable materials for particular uses. By their states of aggregation, dielectric materials are subdivided into gaseous, liquid and solid dielectrics. Hardening materials such as varnishes fall into a separate group, which are liquid in their original state but solidifies when introduced into the insulation system and remain in the insulation system during its service life. So this is the brief classification of dielectric materials. Dielectric materials divided into three different categories: solid, liquid and gaseous. For example, air SF6 gas is the example of gaseous dielectric insulating material. Liquid dielectric insulating material again divided into two parts: natural and synthetic. So transformer oil comes under the natural liquid insulating materials, and ascarel, this is the synthetic liquid insulating materials. Solid insulating material divided into organic polymer, fibrous material, ceramics and combination type of insulating materials, that is oil impregnated paper. Ceramics like glass, porcelain, fibrous material like paper and asbestos. And again, organic polymer is divided into two parts: resins and elastomers. And resin further divided into two categories: natural and synthetic resin. Natural resin, that is plant resin. Synthetic resin are like polyethylene, PVC, etc. Similarly, elastomer also divided into two things: natural and synthetic. Natural, example of natural elastomer is plant rubber, and example of synthetic elastomers is synthetic rubber. Mechanism of gaseous breakdown. Breakdown in gases occur due to collision and photoionization. A small number of positive ions and electrons in gas are always present due to the dissociation by thermal and photoenergy. These ionized particles are found to be in a random thermal motion. Under the effect of an electric field, this ionized particle receives an additional energy and start moving in the direction of field depending on the polarity of the charge. The additional energy acquired by a charged gas particle is represented as W is equals to Q V suffix lambda, where Q is the charge and V lambda is the voltage drop over the mean free path length lambda. If the field intensity is adequately uniform, then it may be assumed that V lambda is equals to E into lambda, where E is the electric field intensity. Hence, we can write W is equals to E cube into lambda. The additional energy of charged particle is transferred to the molecules with which they collide. If this energy is sufficiently high, the atoms and the molecules get excited, with the result that the electrons move onto the outer shell at more distance from the nuclei of the atoms, or may even leave the atoms, forming ions. The condition that determines the possibility of the ionization is expressed as W greater than equals to Wi, where Wi is the ionization energy of the gas molecules, and in this ionization energy also includes the energy of the thermal motion, which is usually low at normal temperature. So we can write EQ lambda greater than equals to ionization energy, or Wi. At given values of pressure and temperature, the collision ionization start at a certain dielectric field intensity E, because Q and lambda are constant for each gas. This electric field intensity E is called the dielectric strength. The ionization energy Wi is related with the ionization potential. Then the ionization potential is given by Vi is equals to Wi by Q. The ionization energy for various gases lies within 4 to 25 electron volt. Accordingly, Vi can be calculated. The velocity of an electron, generally it is expressed as kilometer per second, that passes without collision through a potential difference of V volts is determined by the formula velocity of an electron approximately equals to 600 root potential difference. An electron can ionize gas molecules when its speed exceeds 10 to the power 6 meter per second, or 1 by 300 times the speed. Phenomenon of discharge initiation. In a number of cases, the electron accelerated in the electric field is not able to ionize a molecule, but can only bring it to an excited state. The next moment, the excited molecule gives up its excessive energy by radiation, that is, it emits photons. Then some other molecules may pick up the photons and become ionized. Such an internal photon ionization of gas can lead to very fast development of discharge through gas. A discharge in a gas develops instantaneously for all practical purposes. The time required for the initiation of discharge through a 1 centimeter gap is about 0.01 to 0.1 microsecond. The higher the voltage applied to the gaseous gap, the shorter the onset time of discharge. If the time of exposure of the gap to the electric field becomes very small, the breakdown voltage rises. The voltage rise is characterized by a pulse ratio beta, where beta is represented as the ratio of VBR by VBR50, where VBR is the breakdown voltage at a given pulse and VBR50 is the breakdown voltage for DC field or 50 Hz AC field. The pulse ratio is sharply non-uniform field, may be as high as 1.5. Electron affinity delays the discharge initiation. In some of the gases such as oxygen, carbon dioxide and in water vapors, the free electron while roaming about may enter into bond with the nearest neutral molecule and thus transform it into a negative ion. So the attachment of the electron to the neutral molecules causes such a rearrangement of electrons in their outer shells that the energy of the molecules that has captured the excessive electron becomes lower than the energy of the neutral molecule, which is referred to as electron affinity. And electron affinity varies from 0.75 to 4.5 electron volt with gases. Thus, gases with more electron affinity will try to absorb the electrons and increase the time of discharge initiation. Now, dependence of discharge initiation on pressure of the gas. The dielectric strength of a gas greatly depends on its density, that is the pressure, if temperature remains constant. At higher pressure and greater density of the gas, the average distance between the molecules decreases and thereby the free path of the electron becomes shorter. Higher the electric field intensity will be required to initiate breakdown. And this is the graph represents that breakdown voltage, or you can say dielectric strength versus pressure relationship for the gaseous dielectrics. Now, if you closely observe this graph, at pressure decreases, dielectric strength at first goes down. Then as the pressure falls below a certain limit, below the atmospheric pressure, the rarefaction becomes fairly deep and the dielectric strength starts growing again because of decrease in the number of gas molecules in a unit volume, where the probability of the electron molecule collisions lowers. That is why the dielectric strength of vacuum is so high. Breakdown in vacuum may be ascribed to the process of tearing off electrons from the electrode surface due to very high field intensity. As the dielectric strength of the gas increases with gas pressure, compressed gas is used as an insulation in many high voltage applications, particularly GIS and GIL, gas insulated substation and gas insulated lines. Thank you.